Holly Springs. This is Ed Nearing with Holly Springs Real Estate, and what we're starting to do is bring area businesses here, and we're going to try to do what we can to help support them. Our first business that we have is Mr. Ty Busbus, and I'll have him go ahead and explain what brought him here to Holly Springs and what his local business is.
Well, first of all, we moved here, I guess is a month now ago, but we moved into Braxton 5 years ago. Braxton was a great place, and we really enjoyed it. It had some great neighbors, lived on Plumbago Place. Still love those people and stay in touch with them, but we needed a little more room, so we moved over here to Arch Bay Court, and it's been great moving in, and we're starting to get to know our neighbors over here, so that's a lot of fun. But we moved over here not just because we wanted to get a little more room, but also because we've had it on our hearts for a long time to start a church out here. About 5 years ago, I left St. Louis and graduated from Covenant Seminary. We came back to this area. I grew up in Cary, one of the last 5 or 7 remaining Cary residents who grew up here, still in captivity. But we moved back here and with the idea that one day we could plant a church. And I've been working a job at RTP and really enjoying that. But right now we really have this vision of starting a church. So about a week ago, we had our first church service. We started up at Holly Grove Elementary School, and they've got a great facility there, and they're allowing us to rent that from them. Really the focus of the church is just Jesus. We don't want a church with a lot of distinctive this or a lot of distinctive that, but we just want a church that's about Jesus, because we figure that's what Christianity is about. As far as I can tell, he was about a couple of simple things. He was about forgiveness. He was about hope and a new value for people who'd lost it in one way or another. So, when I read the Bible, that's what it's about, and that's what this church is going to be about.
Okay, and what are the hours of operation that you're going to have open over there, Ty?
We start at 10:30 in the morning. It runs for about an hour. We're really committed to doing a lot of good things for our kids, because we feel like our kids are just so important to us. I've got a couple of kids, 5 and 10 years old, and we really focus on kids ministry. So we've got some things for nurseries and for 3 to 5s, and then for elementary age kids too, and some neat people taking care of the kids. That's something we consider being really important. But also we kind of feel like, Sunday morning is just an hour, and your whole life is, the rest of the week, which is a lot more time. So really, being a Christian is really more about what you do with the rest of your life, when you're out in the community, when you're mixing it up with people at work. And so we're trying to serve the community too.
Speaking of that too, Ty has another aggressive goal here that we're planning on in Holly Glen here, and also in Braxton. Can you talk about the food drive that you got started here?
Well, it's just something we found out that the Holly Springs food pantry, it's just been started, was needing donations, and they also need volunteers. And I thought, well, something that we can do as a church to help those folks is to do a food drive in our neighborhoods. So over the next couple of weeks, our plan is to put bags out on people's mailboxes or hang them on people's doors, whichever the HOA thinks is better, and then you can fill up your bags with perishable goods, or non-perishable goods rather, and just put them out on your doorstep, and we'll come by and pick them up. We'll give you the details on that later, because we need to work those out. But as you see those bags, if God puts that on your heart to respond to that, fill that bag up as much as you'd like and put it out on your doorstep, and we'll come by and get it.
And there's a lot of need here, guys. So what's nice about the donations, it's right here for Holly Springs and Holly Springs only. So whatever you guys can do to help support Ty and his business. And another one too, his wife Kelly, speaking about taking and doing community service, she's involved a lot with Holly Grove as far as in the PTA. So I'm sure you've seen her over there and all the contributions they do as people and part of this community. So anything you can do to help Ty's church out. It's actually called Holly Springs Community Church, and you can also look them up at hollyspringscommunitychurch.org. And their phone number, if you wish to get a hold of them too, and if you have any questions, it's either for Ty or Kelly. It's 919-219-2457. And thank you. We're going to be doing a series of a new business here every week of the residents here in Holly Springs. So anything you can do to help support them and help Ty's vision and what God's put in his heart, to help the others. Let's help him out and see what we can do to support him. Thank you.